Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic, Lesson Known Classic. That's episode number 33, 50, 54, and double number 3248. We have two trades here by Robert Kirkman. First we have is the penultimate trade for Haunt. Yep, Haunt. Of course, it's still pretty much Greg Capullo doing the artwork, Robert Kirkman being the writer, and Todd Crone, Desmond Coe inking with Jonathan Gastebi. This book collects issues There we go. I know it closed from 17 to something. Not less on here for some reason. So, basically we start out in Brazil, and we have Haunt just killing some drug dealers. Lots of blood here. Oh my gosh, there's a good amount of blood here, but not gore. And there's some soldiers. Okay, so it's 13 to 17. Okay, 13 to 17. Like 17, 18, because I mentioned 18 is in here, so. So my guess there with 13, maybe? Yes. Where he takes on basically like a red version of himself who's like evil. I guess this is basically the series taking Carnage. Except he's bigger. Then finding a woman who is not his wife. And tell me basically this is not basically a nod to the way this panel is. It reminds me a lot of basically how Anti-Venom was drawn over at Marvel Comics. I'm just looking at something here. Okay. Excuse me. So, okay, this book contains issues 13 to 18 for the series. And also, for some reason, Kirkman himself, despite being the writer of this book, he would leave right after this. Yeah, he would. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but this will be the end of his time on the book. Yeah, this will be his last issue. So he just takes on whatever this thing is here. We have just a bunch of stuff here. And, well, that's kind of it. Just lots of stuff. There's even one scene here. We have one of the villains of the series where he's on a giant bed with 4 women. One is basically laying on him. Another one basically is 2 of them are near his groin, and the other one's basically to his right. And he's on the phone with somebody, and of course basically the girls are doing each other. And And of course, he has to deal with this red guy here. Yep. And then, like, because Kirkman leaves the book at issue 18, basically whatever this book storyline was, yeah, they had to abandon it because new writer. Yep. But I'm going to get the book roughly 8 out of 10. Next up, we have a brand new series to discuss here from Kirkman, yes. This being The Astounding Wolf-Man. Yep. A book that is set in the same universe as Invincible. Now, this book managed to last about the same amount of time, excuse me, as Haunt. But this book was launched prior to Haunt. Yes, this was launched like 2 years before Haunt did. Yes, just roughly 2 years. This book collects the first 7 issues of this 25-issue series. It's basically... it's more of an adventure take on... the best way to describe this book is... it is basically a more adventurous take on Jack Russell from Marvel Comics. And they have to call him the Astounding Wolf-Man. I don't know if they want to call him Wear Up by Night. By the way, the artist in here, he does... Jason Hardy does the penciling, inking, and the coloring. So, basically, we just have where our main character here, who is a parent, and he gets sliced up, and he becomes a werewolf. Yep. And he becomes out of control in here. Let's see, go back to normal. Yeah. And during these early issues, his wife dies. Yep, his wife dies. We have this older guy here who's also a werewolf. And basically, I think by issue 7, his wife dies. Also, by issue 2, he gets basically... he gets the outfit he wears in the cover. This is basically where he gets it. And battles basically a bunch of creatures. Works with some superheroes. And he kills one of the guys here. And by the way, the guy is rich. Yeah, he's a rich guy who just becomes a werewolf and battles a bunch of guys. Excuse me. They're trying to take the victim of their own home because of reasons. So he battles he battles other werewolves here. Oh, apparently this guy here who got stabbed by the Wolfman in issue 3, he's called Sergeant Superior. I'm like, what kind of name is Sergeant Superior? That makes no frickin' sense at all of a character to be called that. And then here's a guy who shoots flames out of his hands, and more stuff happens. Battles a guy called Construct. And of course he's basically like tied up here when he's basically in wolf form, he's out of control. More robots, more fighting. But still cool stuff here. Yes. And then by issue 7, of course, can't trust the guy he's working with. And then, of course, basically, because, well, he shows up here. Rebecca is killed by him. and he bites her. And Gary is basically very mad at him. And because of this, he's blamed for his wife's death by issue 7. And then starts to kill members of his own team. And that's it. Great start for the series. I love it. Yeah. The series only lasts for 25 issues, sadly. By the way, the guy he's called Zachariah. He's basically a murderer. He's not aware if he's a vampire. But in case you're curious, though, he appears basically a lot. Yeah, but don't worry, he gets a chance to appear more. But great start for the series. Give the book roughly a 9 out of 10. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Also, in the case of these two books, Hunt has got 2 more trades left, and Wolf-Man has got 3 trades overall left to go. Yep. But next time, my Justice Dwelling. Okay, thanks for you. Bye.